Okay, so now this is the part where I have to shit on the team that lost. And this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go first of like the teams that I'm gonna shit on like the least harshest, and then I'll save the most harshest for last. So let's go to the Bills and Colts. So this game was a close game. Like I legit, when I saw this game, I legitimately thought the Colts had a chance to win. I legitimately thought they had a chance to upset the Bills. But I mean, like, Phillip Rivers, he played all right. JT, he played all right. You know who I gotta put the spotlight on, right? This fucking bum-ass motherfucker, Zach Pascal, who literally fumbles the game away. He catches the ball, they're in field goal range, he gets the fumble, they lose the fucking game. So, that shit could have went to overtime, and we all remember what happened last time the Bills were in overtime in the playoffs. We all remember what happened, so what's to say that won't happen again? And yeah, I don't know. Dude, the Colts gotta get another fucking receiver, bro. Like, all these receivers, they're too young. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're all with old men. And see, T.Y. Hilton is not gonna help, bro, because all this man does is run deep routes. They don't need they need a guy who's like a possession receiver. Like, they need an AJ Green who you can just throw it up to and he can just get it. You know what I mean? They should. I think AJ Green said he wanted to go with the Colts, so they should try to make that happen. And here's the thing: I don't think Phillip Rivers is bad enough where he needs to just straight up retire. I don't think he's that bad. I will say this though: if the bum ass Eagles don't want to trade Wentz to the Colts, then they might as well keep Rivers for 1 year, right? They might as well keep him for another year. And then either see what they have with Eason after that, or draft another QB. I don't know what the point of getting Eason was, if they were planning to move forward with Wentz anyways. But yeah, okay. They might as well keep Rivers for 1 more year, because I don't know who the fuck else they get. Maybe Cam? They're not paying Dak $40 million. I know that for a fucking fact. The only motherfucker that is worth Frank Reich's time, in his opinion, is Carson Wentz. So if he can't get him, he might as well just keep Phillip Rivers. Keep Phillip Rivers for 1 more season. Get AJ Green and build forward with that. But if they do get Carson Wentz, then sorry, Phillip Rivers, you're gonna have to retire. It's over, because no one else is gonna fucking want them. I think Phillip Rivers even said that he was like about to retire after he left the Chargers, and then he just got a call one day from like the Colts saying they wanted him. So that's not going to change. His play this year did not just he didn't redeem himself. He just did all right. He just didn't do as bad as last year, but doesn't mean he did that good this year. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. JT, dude, I don't know what they're going to do with Marlon Mack. They got to let Marlon Mack walk, bro. Even Nyheim Hines, bro. If Nyheim Hines starts holding back JT, this man JT is going to be the next Barry Sanders. This man is going to be a fucking top 5. This man is a fucking god, bro. Okay, here's the thing. I had JT in my fantasy for like the entire time. So originally when I did the fantasy draft, I think I selected Devontae first, and then in my later rounds I selected 2 running backs, but the weird thing is I selected Antonio Gibson thinking that he would be the featured back, and then I selected JT just as a risk. I was like, okay, I might as well take a risk on JT, and it turns out like JT was actually way more consistent than Antonio Gibson. Like, this man, every fucking game, he was like 15, 20. Towards the end of the season, he started to pick. There was like that one point between like the Lions game and like the Pack, and like right before the Packers game where he was just trash. and I was kind of getting pissed because he was kind of selling me. But I don't know, this man, they gotta do whatever they can to make him the featured back. Fuck Nyheim Hines, fuck Marlon Mack. It's JT time, baby. Okay, they need to make him. I know my man Frank Reich likes to do the RBC, but they could just, if they want to do that so badly, they might as well do what the Panthers do with like Christian McCaffrey and Mike Davis. You know, get another guy who's probably not going to play, but like when you need him to play, he'll just step right in. You know what I mean? I think that's what they should do when it comes to Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, and then I don't know, like what? Here's the thing: the Colts have like the most free agents of this entire season. I think they should bring back Xavier Rhodes, because Xavier Rhodes did good this year. But in terms of drafting a corner, see, they gotta figure out what to do at left tackle, because this motherfucker Costanzo, I don't know what, dude. This dude literally never stays healthy. This dude is always injured. Now this motherfucker wants to retire, bruh. This dude is literally starting to get worse than Andrew Luck when it comes to injuries, bro. At least Andrew Luck stayed healthy for like 3 to 4 straight seasons before he got injured. You know what I mean? This motherfucker Costanzo this dude is literally like the offensive tackle version of Will Fuller. Like literally every other game, Anthony Costanzo cannot play. Anthony Costanzo cannot play. And he's not, I mean, I guess he's good, but is he really that good? I mean, he literally had 1 second team All-Pro his entire career. And then I don't know what the hell happened after that. But, okay, moving on. Okay, I spent way too long on the fucking Colts. So, moving on. What is it? To Washington. I mean, Washington, they weren't really expected to do anything. So, I'm not going to shit on them. But they shouldn't have won the division anyway, because the Giants kind of got fucked over by the Eagles, and then they didn't really deserve to win the division. But like Taylor Heineke, like everybody's acting like, oh my god, Taylor Heineke, I'm gonna shit in my pants because he's so good. No, fuck that. Here's what you do: you draft another QB to compete with him. Like Mac Jones would be a really good option. I'm telling you right now, because when I think about it right now, I think Justin Fields is probably going to go in the top 5. Some team, okay, the Jets are not keeping that pick. The Jets are not keeping that pick. My guess is Justin Fields will be a Panther. They're not keeping that pick. They're moving down, and they're probably going to still select the QBs just so they can move on from Sam Darnold. But they have too much shit going on to, like, if they're not going to get Trevor Lawrence, they have too much shit going on to just keep that pick and not get other assets. So, here's what I think is going to happen. Jets are moving down to number 8, picking Zach Wilson. Justin Fields will be a Panther, and Mac Jones will be Washington Redskins. Okay, here's the thing. Alex Smith, he's already broken down. He will retire this offseason. He just wanted to go out with one last bet. See, if he comes back next season and is just trash, no one is going to... This entire season that he worked to come back is just a fucking waste. You know what I mean? Because no one's going to remember that. Everybody's going to just remember Alex Smith for being trash his final season. So he better retire after this season. Shit. This is going to be a good-ass way to end his career, bro, if he retires after this season. So he's going to retire. Kyle Allen is fucking garbage, so let's just not count him at all. And Dwayne Haskins is already out of the picture. So now we're going to have Taylor Heineke and Mac Jones. Then we'll see who's really the legit QB. You know what I mean? Between those two, then we'll see. I guess you draft a guy in the 2nd round. I don't know who. There's so many fucking wide receivers this season. I don't even know who they're going to draft. But they got to get a guy to pair with McLaurin. Now, people say Allen Robinson, but number 1, that man's way too expensive. Number 2, I feel like the Bears, they're going to find a way to keep him. They're going to find a way to keep this motherfucker. I don't know what they're going to do. They're either going to franchise tag him, or something else. People think he's leaving. He's not. He's not fucking leaving, bro. They have no other receivers. Darnell Mooney is like unproven as fuck. Anthony Miller is like good every 3 games. And then I don't know who the hell else is on the team. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to think about anybody else who's on the team. But yes, the Bears, they're not doing that shit. Oh yeah, that's another team. The Bears, like, okay. So enough about Washington. Fuck Washington. Like, Washington is not even interesting to talk about. Let's talk about the Bears now. So the Bears, see, Mitchell Trubisky. I saw this game. People always slander Mitchell Trubisky for being trash. But when I watched this game, he actually wasn't that bad. The problem was half his receivers were out. So like the receivers that were in, that one bum ass motherfucker who like 2-pieced the dude from the Saints, he literally dropped like 2 touchdowns this game. So that would have made the score way more close. So here's what I think about Trubisky. Originally, I was going to say they should franchise tag him, but franchise tag means other teams actually have interest. So they're probably not going to even need to franchise tag him. They could use that shit on Allen Robinson, because Allen Robinson is bugging out right now. You know what I mean? And they can't. Here's the thing: you can't justify going into the season with Mitchell Trubisky to prove himself and not bring back Allen Robinson, because then people can always use the excuse of, he didn't have Allen Robinson. He didn't have a number 1 receiver. So you gotta franchise Robinson, bring back Mitch on a 1-year deal, and if Mitch is trash, you trade up for Sam Howell. I mean, I know it's another North Carolina QB, but you gotta do it, because I don't know who's gonna get the number 1 pick next year. But whatever team is gonna get the number 1 pick next year, I guarantee you is probably not gonna be looking for a quarterback. Because I'm pretty sure most of the quarterback situations are good these days. Most of the teams that actually need a quarterback are like the mediocre teams. Like you know what I mean? It's not like the Broncos. Like there's no trash team that doesn't have a quarterback. A lot of trash teams already have a quarterback. Like the Jaguars are about to get Trevor. Bengals already have Burrow. You know, so I'm going off on a tangent again. So, Saints, that was an easy dub. Bring back Mitch for 1 year. Franchise Robinson, because this man's bugging out. I don't know why they didn't extend him. But moving on to the Seahawks. I don't know. I thought the Seahawks would either go to the conference championship or something. You know what I mean? I didn't think this would happen. Damn. I knew Russell Wilson's O-line wasn't that good, but I didn't know it was this bad. Damn, bro. This man literally gets sacked on every play. See, also, for those dumb motherfuckers back then who said they didn't need Antonio Brown, look at them now. Antonio Brown would have been real nice to catch those short balls, because they kept trying to make shit happen deep. It wasn't going to happen. Their O-line is not good enough to hold on to They need someone who just get open within 2 seconds. Which is, DK Metcalf is one of those guys, I'm going deep. Tyler Lockett, same shit, I'm going deep. They need a guy who's just going to run the route tree. So Antonio Brown would have been perfect. You still have a chance to sign him this offseason, alright? Because the Buccaneers, how the fuck are they going to keep Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown? Maybe they want to re-sign Gronk. They have to re-sign Levante David. That's the fucking anchor of their defense. They have to re-sign Shaq Barrett, because I don't know who the hell is going to replace him. So they got a lot of motherfuckers. They're probably going to sign a veteran corner like Richard Sherman. So with all that shit, they already have Scotty Miller, bro. Scotty Miller is literally like the next Julian Edelman, bro. They don't need Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was a luxury. The Seahawks need this. Okay, I would say the Ravens need him the most, but the Ravens are probably going to go after Michael Gallup, because they need a young receiver. They need a receiver that could go with their team, for the future. And the Cowboys are not keeping Michael Gallup, bro. They got way too many mofos to fucking pay to keep Michael Gallup. And they have Cedric Wilson, who did good when he played, so they don't need Michael Gallup, bro. If they could trade him for a first, I don't know. I'm telling you right now, the Ravens, what are they even going to use their first round pick on? a wide receiver, right? They're probably going to use their first round pick on a wide receiver anyway. Might as well give that shit to the Cowboys so they can start rebuilding that trash-ass defense. So, yeah, Gallup is going to the Ravens. AB is going to the Seahawks. And speaking of the Ravens, they finally won a playoff game with quote unquote no receivers. So that's good, man. I mean, they choked against my Chargers a couple years ago. I mean, I was hoping at that point. You know, the funny thing about Lamar Jackson is I kind of keep flip-flopping because at that time I was defending him. At that time I was just like, okay, this man led them back. Like I remember all my friends said, oh, Joe Flacco was the one who was good and Lamar was the one who was trash. But I had to remind them that when Joe Flacco was playing, they had a losing record, and then when Lamar was playing, they had like a 6-1 record. So I don't know how the fuck that could be a losing QB in any situation, but yeah, that was a thing. And then last season when he lost to the Titans, I was like, okay, this man is trash. Like the first season I defended him, and then once he lost to the Titans, like the way he lost, like if he lost in like a close game, like a 3-point game or some shit, I would have been like, okay. The way he lost, just getting fucking embarrassed, I was like, okay, yeah, this man is not that good. There's no way. And then like, I don't know. Watching that Ravens-Browns game where he just like shit himself and came back and won, and then this game where he came back and won, it's like, it tells you that, you know, we can't judge a player on like their first couple of seasons. We gotta give them some time, like, and we gave him some time. He did good, just like Josh Allen. They both won a playoff game on like Yeah, it was Lamar's third try. It was Josh Allen's second try. So props to both of them for winning. Titans, do not bring back Jadeveon Clowney. I'm not even going to consider him a pass rusher anymore. That man's like a pure run stuffer. That man's only a pass rusher when he has fucking J.J. Watt by his side. So, yeah, don't bring him back. My guess is Clowney is going to the Giants because he was trying to go there earlier until they just lowballed him and didn't want to pay him. But now his price tag is even lower. So, Clowney's going to the Giants. My man Melvin Ingram has been bitching all fucking offseason, so he's probably going to go to the Giants. The Giants in terms of a pass rusher, they should draft a receiver. They shouldn't sign Kenny Galladay. They shouldn't do any of that shit. You need to get Jamar Chase. You need to get Devontae Smith. You need to get someone who's going to grow with the team. Because by the time the Giants actually get their shit together, Kenny Galladay is going to start to get old. And if they try to go after Julio, he's going to start to get old. Now, I would say go after Gallup, but I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that. I don't know. I think they should just draft a receiver because there's just so many good receivers. So, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. Giants can take their pick on whichever one they want. And then, what was I on now? I was talking about the Ravens. I was talking about the Titans. Yeah, the Titans got to find a pass rusher, bro. Their pass rusher is so fucking trash. Okay, and anyways, what? Was there any other team I didn't address? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me see if there's any other teams. I've been waiting to get my jokes off. Bro, oh my god, bro. The Steelers are a fucking joke, dude. Oh my god. All fucking season, they were talking about, oh, losing, never heard of her. You know, all season they were talking shit. Juju was making TikToks, and then he was talking about Browns is the Browns, and then even afterward, I thought, like, after losing, they would have just shut the fuck up, but no, he keeps talking, bro. He keeps saying, oh, I stand by what I said. Browns are the Browns. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. and then Claypool's salty ass is like, oh, Browns are getting clapped by 30. Like, you just almost got clapped by 30. Shut the fuck up. How the fuck do you lose by 30 to a team that you beat by 30. I don't give a fuck about the end score. The end score says 48-37. I watched the fucking game. The shit was like fucking 35-0 at one point, and then Big Ben wants to put all the McDonald's, Wendy's, Carl's Jr. empty calorie stat line. Fuck Big Ben. This man okay, I'm not one of those people who's gonna say he has to retire. All I'm gonna say is give him one more year. Okay, you gotta put Big Ben on a leash. You can't give him all this leeway. You can't give him all this power anymore, because frankly he doesn't deserve it. Now, okay, I would have defended him if he was a little bit younger. Like, for example, Tua, I defended Tua about, like, how he's, like, young. He just came off an injury. But for Big Ben, he's old as fuck. Like, he's only going to get worse from here. We all saw what happened to Peyton Manning, bro. Like, Peyton Manning, 2014, he was throwing, like, 40 touchdowns. And then he got one injury, and he was never the same. So, I don't know. All it's going to take is Big Ben to have one more injury. He's probably going to look like 2015 Peyton Manning. So, yeah. Big Ben, trade for Sam Darnold, give Big Ben one more year, show him the door, let him retire. Like, next year is the last year of Big Ben. There's no way. Because his contract ends, they're not going to renew him. There's no way. So, the Big Ben era is over. Juju is leaving because the Steelers are not going to want to pay his bum ass. If there's any team that I could see paying Juju, it's probably the Patriots, just because they have so much cap space. Yeah, I would say the Jets, but Sam Darnold's not going to be there. The only reason he wanted to go to the Jets was to play with Sam Darnold. But Sam Darnold's coming to the Steelers, and he might want to stay with the Steelers, but the Steelers probably don't want him. So the only other team I can think about is the Patriots, because the Steelers don't want him, the Jets don't want him. Maybe the Cardinals might be a low-key team, but since Fitzgerald just retired. But I don't know. It's probably going to be between the Patriots and the Cardinals. The Patriots need him a lot more. Also, he's like a possession receiver, which they always seem to love. They don't like deep threat guys. Like, they hated Ocho Cinco, they hated Randy Moss, but they love guys like Julian Edelman, Amendola, and like Juju is kind of like, he's not like a full-on slot receiver, but he's like a possession receiver, which is what they like. And if there's anyone who could get his act together, if there's anyone who could tell Juju to get his shit together, it's Bill Belichick, all right? And yeah, the Patriots always like to shit on the Steelers. They always like to take Steelers players, if you really think about it. They took James Harrison, so I would not be surprised if they took this man too. You know what I mean? So, yeah, fuck the Steelers. Okay, here's the thing about the Steelers. I'm not going to say they're going to be last in the division next year, because the Bengals are still going to be trash. I don't care if they get an O-line. They're still going to be trash, because Joe Burrow is going to need a year to come back healthy. So, but they're not going to be anywhere above third. They're not going to be better than the Browns. Not going to be better than the Ravens. Hell no. So, if they make the playoffs, they're probably going to be a first-round exit once again. But there's so many good teams that are coming up that I just don't see. Because Dolphins, they're about to get Julio Jones. They're about to also get Marvin Jones for some fucking reason. So they're just getting all the Joneses. They're about to get some O-linemen to help him out. Like, they're about to get a whole bunch of shit in Miami. Meanwhile, the Steelers are losing shit. They're probably going to lose Bud Dupree. Probably going to lose, like, either Joe Hayden or Mike Hilton. Probably going to lose... They're definitely going to lose Juju. Definitely, like 1,000% going to lose Juju. Pouncey just retired. Villanueva is a free agent, so they might lose him to some teams. Literally, their only O-lineman left is probably going to be DeCastro, and he's probably going to retire after the next season. The Steelers are not good, bro. They are so fucked. I think people think, oh, Steelers, Mike Tomlin, all that shit. Oh, they went 8-8 with a back. I don't think they realized that team was fully intact. That team was healthy all season. They just didn't have Big Ben. This team was not healthy. This team has nobody. This team has no one left, bro. And everybody who's left is about to fucking leave. So, Yeah, I would not be surprised if the Steelers are just trash next season. And they're gonna bring in Sam Darnold, see what he has. If he doesn't work out, they could just draft a QB in 2021. Because they got, actually no, I'm not gonna say they have a good QB draft class. They literally have 2 good QBs. The fucking legend himself, Spencer Rattler, and Sam Howell. I assume he's good because everybody's saying he's number 1 on the draft board. So other than those 2, they don't really have anybody else. So hopefully Sam Darnold works out for y'all, because he's not staying with the Jets. That's not happening. So that has been my wild card recap, and we are done.